Welcome everybody to another episode of Photoshop Quick Tips. I know I'm posting this episode just a little bit early in the week, but I wanted to go ahead and get it out there that I have moved my podcast and my blog to a new location. It's now located at www.photoshopquicktips.com, and this is going to be the new blog site. Everything is totally iPod compatible, so you can put the podcast on your iPod now. So all that is fixed. And by going here, you can also post the same questions and comments like you always could. Just thought it'd be a little bit easier for everybody to remember. PhotoshopQuickTips.com. Plus, gives you iPod compatibility. Very nice. So, with that all out of the way now, let's get to this week's tutorial. So let me close this out. And this week's tutorial actually comes to us from a class that I took at Photoshop World Las Vegas. It was Dave Cross's Finishing Touches class, and this is a tutorial on how to add a little bit of instant contrast and saturation to your photos using LAB color mode. So first thing I need to do, I need to come up here and change my image mode to LAB color. And switching back and forth to LAB and RGB, you don't lose any image information, you don't lose any color information, so it's a very safe switch going back and forth. So now what I want to do is I want to bring up the Curves dialog box using Command or Control M. And I'm only going to be working on the lightness channel, or not the lightness channel, I'm sorry, working on the A and B channel, so I'm going to start on the A channel. Now here in my Curves dialog box, you see my grid is very small. When you open up Curves initially, your grid will look huge like this. All you have to do to get it to the smaller squares, which is what you need to for this tutorial, just Option click. And now all I want to do with the A channel selected is move 2 squares to the left and move the bottom 2 squares to the right. And then I want to go down to the B channel. I want to do the exact same thing. I want to go 2 squares to the left. And those of you who are paying attention at home watching the image over here, I know it looks horrible, but trust me, it's going to look a whole lot better when we get done. So let's go 2 steps to the right and click OK. And now with a little before and after, you see before and after, just a nice rich saturation and great contrast that was added into this photograph using LAB color. And all I have to do is switch back to RGB and continue editing my photo from there. So that's it for this episode of Photoshop Quick Tips. My thanks to Dave Cross for showing me that cool little tip at Photoshop World. And if you have any questions or comments on this, remember you can post it on my new blog site, which is www.photoshopquicktips.com. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next week.